Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Baldur's Gate 3 on our cleric only run where we're in a horrible place. A very horrible place indeed. It's underneath Moonrise and it's all squidgy and messy and I don't like it very much. Now let's have a look at my bars for a moment because there's something I wanted to do. Conjure us. Yeah, we'd like us on side. But maybe I need to adjust my hotbar so that us is on it all the time. Because he's a fun little man. Got Find Familiar Scratch. We want all those together next to one another probably. But when I move the bar down it's going to change its place. We could just have a 4 wide hotbar. Is that too big? I don't know. Let's try it for a bit. Looks like it might be too big, but who can say? So what's going on in this direction? More doors. This area... it's pretty big, all told. This looks like it might be leading us somewhere new, whereas back here looks like it just joins the dots. But then there's also this. We're not going to run into any points of no return that aren't obvious, so we can go this way and see what happens. We're in the tadpoling centre.
Mind flayers and civilians, side by side. This must be where they infect and transform those they kidnap.
Indeed. Let's have a look. Have we got some potions on our person? Because Karlach could use a few. I suppose just searching for them is probably the better option at this point. Potion of healing. We've got 2 regular ones left. So you sup on those. Yeah, you hold on to them as well, Karlach. And there you go. Have one now. No. Who's getting tadpoled and healing? All sorts of folks, I guess. Some of these are green, some of these are red. There's a mind flayer.
Look away. Look at me.
Children.
You remember the shattered windows of Elturel's high cathedral? The burning black sky of Avernus beyond.
Elturel. Avernus.
In its horror, the blood war unites you. Tiefling, dwarf, and elf alike huddle behind the shields of your paladin order, waiting for salvation. But when it comes,
Absolute.
disunity.
Absolute.
The returned city casts your people out, the devils who drag them down to hell. In the end, it is not your paladin oath that is broken. It is your faith itself.
Hellrider. For life.
Zevlor. And a bit more backstory for it. Now, what have we got over here? Are you a mind flayer? Yeah, you look like it. So some of these are mind flayers, some of these might not yet have been fully converted. That looks like a mind flayer. I can see tentacles. I think they're mostly gone at this point. Although that one looks to be an individual.
The device releases a stream of fragmented memories and emotions, all that remains of the pod inhabitant's former self.
Go on.
Your lungs burn with the dry heat of the fires raging about you. The pain is not enough to diminish your swing. One goblin after another falls to your blade.
Flaming fist.
A man's voice cries out through the thick smoke. Ravenguard, you call, but the clang of swords and spell shouts of attacking drow are your only reply.
So yeah, some sort of flaming fist type. I realise at this point I should probably have brought Will along. But we can't go to camp right now. Where was the entrance to this place? I guess we jumped in, didn't we? Yeah, we just jumped in from above, so there's no going back now. We're stuck with this party. It's not the end of the world. I just think that if we'd brought Will along, we might have got an extra sword to play with, but swords aren't really our thing, so it's probably fine. Let's go and see what we can do to help Zevlor, if we can. I'm just going to separate the party and move them about a bit, I think. I don't want them to all be bunched up, because Mind Flayers have got those like Mind Blast things.
One true way.
And we might be about to run into some of the buggers.
The absolute.
Your tadpole forms a telepathic connection with the device, and a chorus of static energy fills your mind. Every mind flayer in the room calls out hungrily from its pod, seeking release and sustenance. But there are others in the pods, those not yet infected, not yet elithid, terrified, desperate to escape.
There he is. There's a couple of fists.
The device is open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
Release or purge? We're going to release. It's the right thing to do. Which is why Lae'zel disapproved. Find Mole as updated. There's Mole in a pod as well. No sign of her. She must have found a way out. Okay. But now, quite a lot of foes. Some of them are just intellect devourers. But there are like 4 mind flayers amongst their number. Let's see, we don't have necrotic touch on Karlach. But we do have things like Call Lightning. She is a cleric of storms, so blam. That's a decent start. Lae'zel finds herself stood right next to a mind flayer, so it makes sense for us to bash it. It's a shame war clerics don't have any sort of smite spells. Okay, 14 damage, that's reasonable. What are we gonna do? Go for that mind flayer probably, but do we wanna... We're not wearing the armor that gives us radiant orbs anymore. So maybe we just necrotic touch the bugger. Let's upcast it a bit and see what happens. 27 damage. I'll take it. Now we've got Intellect Devourers sneaking in from the other room. We've got us. Does us want to just attack some of these Devourers? Or does it want to attack the Mind Flayers still? Because the Mind Flayers are the threat. Devour Intellect. Consume a creature's mind. That's pretty fun. Synaptic Discharge though. 5 to 26 damage. But it's psychic damage. What are you like? You don't have any resistance to it. So yeah, why not? Excellent. Well done, us. You're a good kitty. And what are you gonna do, Shads? Focusing one of these mind flayers that we're already attacking is probably smart. Let's go for a level 4 guiding bolt. Jeez, that's damage. We like this. Fist. Good job. Yep. Nice work, Mind Flayer. Intellect Devourers. Basically no threat. Good job, Zevlor. And of course concentration is broken on the first try. Because that's how Karlach rolls. That's how our team rolls. They never save concentration at any stage. Now she's getting her brain extracted. Thankfully that missed. Do we have any sort of cleave attack? We do. We can just about cleave those two. Not that it did enough to harm anyone. Enough, at least. But it's looking pretty weak now, that one. This Mind Flayer's still looking fairly strong. We could try a necrotic touch on it again. Go for a level 5 one, 7 to 70 damage. Okay, we haven't got the movement. Guiding Bolt. Let's upcast it to level 4 maybe. Good damage. Us can deal with another of these perhaps. Yeah, that's a ranged attack and we're threatened. Maybe we hurl it at a Mind Flayer instead. What's their defense against it? Let's scuttle away a bit. We'll take a bit of damage, but that's fine. 50%. 65. I'd rather go for a hit if I can. Didn't quite get the kill.
Ready.
But that's fine. Now, can we eliminate a Mind Flayer? That one's only on 4. So the answer is yes. Wonderful. And then, yeah, Fist takes out that guy. Zevlor might be able to... Okay, he's gone for the little ones. You're just triggering opportunity attacks like a dullard. Good. And then just running around like a complete fool. I'm worried that Karlach's going to get targeted again at some point, although maybe not. Yeah, Mind Blast is why I've been spreading people out. It's the worst. Ice Storm. Could be fun. Destructive Wave. How big is that? 9 meters. So is that just around us? In a circle? It's not showing us... Oh, maybe if we click it again. There we go. See, yeah, it's around us in a circle. Kind of hard to use, probably, without causing bother to our guys. But Ice Storm can be targeted just so. And that hits everyone except Zevlor. Pretty good use of the spell slot, I think. Lae'zel, do you want to go for this one? Well done. We like this. And then us. We're running out of targets now. This fight's going well. Is it just the Mind Flayers? Ouch, good damage us. What a guy. And so you'll now go down to a level 1 Guiding Bolt. If it connects. Which it did not. Nice. Good job, Fist. Oh, Zevlor fell over. And the Mind Flayers levitate, so the ice didn't really hurt them to any great extent. Looks like half the crew are stunned.
Hells. I didn't think I was going to make it. Thank you.
You've made it, Zevlor.
Owe you an explanation. Much more than that. But first, please, the others, the ambush. Tell me they survived?
Some did. Others ended up in the Silent Moonrise, though. We want answers more than anything. They found refuge, but what the hell's happened out there, Zevlor?
You've heard some of it, I'm sure. That I froze, or broke, or some other lie that is kinder than the truth. We were ambushed by cultists, yes. And then I heard... her. Their false god, whispering promises in my mind. I would be a paladin again, with a god's purpose, a god's power. Everything I needed to protect my people. And all the while, the cult tortured them. They fought and ran and died around me, while I imagined myself their savior. By the time I regained my senses, it was too late. I did not just surrender to the Absolute. For a moment, I welcomed it.
I mean, that does sound like you were being enthralled. It's not your fault.
It would be nice to think so, but whatever these monsters twist us into, I believe it begins in us. I won't make excuses. I can't make amends. But I know something of what you came to do. I want to help, if you'll let me. Ketheric is below. He thinks you're no longer a menace. Descend and show him how wrong he is. If there are any more survivors to be found, I'll find them and lead them out of this place.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Good luck, Zevlor.
And you, my friend, and pathetic, inadequate as it is, thank you.
So, Zevlor is going to escort the survivors to safety. Hopefully that includes our fist friends there. And this way leads us towards Zariel's asset. Yeah, so this is why I wanted to be able to get Will on the team. But I'm fairly sure that's no longer an option at this point. There are other things to do over here, though. And somewhere in that other things to do is the ability to have a long rest. Maybe that will also allow us to change party members. I'm not confident, though, but we'll come back for Zariel's asset. Yeah, it's that thing over there, restoration. Good.
A fleet of nautiloids. I dread to think how many true souls that equates to.
So as we're not on honor mode, we can use this restoration thing basically as often as we like, I think. Although it's gone dim, so I could be wrong on that. Nope, there we go, it's back. But yeah, sadly there's no sort of fast travel availability from here. I was just hoping for a little circle of it that might allow us, but not to worry. We'll rescue Zariel's asset, and then we'll just tell Will about it when we get back to camp. Well, what's in this direction? Is this going to lead back around to there? The barracks. Cultists abound, I'm sure. Let's get Shovel back in the action. Why not, eh? A rustic chest with some odds and sods. Hairy Henry's journal. Merkel is drowned out in my head by my own spiral fears. The Bone Lord doesn't want a coward.
Down.
So Merkel, one of the dead three, along with Bane and Baal, definitely seems to be involved in shenanigans around here. But what connection does Merkel have to the Absolute? Now, this way we've got the Mistress of Souls research log. Experiments on the first one. Fluid leakage from the oral cavity. So the first one
Of many
had an unusual method of parasitic insertion. The secretions of the creature within are leaking out rather than being absorbed by the brain, as with other thralls. The parasite has been feasting on the host's brain matter itself, perhaps. And then Vivisection Day. Showed no signs of pain as I was unravelling the long intestine, but instead grabbed the organ and tried to strangle me with it. So the first one seems to be a particularly interesting creature. Cressa's notes. So Cressa is just responsible for creating thralls. I need a new one that Balthazar doesn't know of. A creature of exceptional will, like my old dear pet, that can keep fragments of its own mind while affected by the parasite. Interesting. So Cressa was involved with some sort of pets that she had. Another journal over here.
The moment comes.
Used to be a surgeon of some sort. Cressa's pet true soul was shipped out on an Nautiloid. So Cressa was this guy's wife,
General
perhaps.
Thorm was attacked. The order to...
And something has just occurred, and it sounds like we're in combat. But we can't see any combat. So... help? There we go. We've got a vibrating Magthew. And Cressa. And Hairy Henry, whose book we've already read. And Ironfinger, who we don't know. What's going on, crew? Let's just give him a bash. Get him away from the crew slightly. I feel like we missed some sort of cutscene there. Where they were going to be like, what are you doing down here, True Souls? You shouldn't be here at this point in time. Wait a minute, you're no True Souls. You're a bunch of shits. You know, usual gubbins. Let's just deal with this first guy, and then wait for the others to come to us, perhaps. Where are the others? They're over there. Maybe Lae'zel wants to get out here slightly. Just in case they've got AoE attacks, they can just target Lae'zel. Or Shovel.
You will beg for death long before we grant it.
So Henry definitely wants peace. Yeah, Cressa is fireballing us. And incubating a thing. So Cressa needs to go. We can't be going around getting fireballed. It's bad for our health. Now Ironfinger's snuck into the fight. But yeah, let's call lightning for 5 to 50 damage. Destructive Rat for the full 50. That's Cressa in trouble. Can we finish her off? Yes, perfect. So that's the main threat of this fight out of the way, I think. I don't think Henry's going to do much more than just hit us with weapons. Shovel can have a go. I don't think we'll waste a War God's Blessing on a shovel attack. And then Shadowheart with a low level Necrotic Touch should get the kill. But shield, okay. Now, what are you throwing down? Mysterious Liquid. We probably don't like that. Well done, us. You continue to delight. I assume this Mysterious Liquid isn't going to be bothered by lightning strikes. Yeah, it's not water, so that's fine. Victory's ours. That journal's still there. Ah, so it's this guy who got Cressa's favourite creatures dispatched. And now she's pining for it. If she finds out that I ratted out to Balthazar that she was keeping it, she might kill me. Okay. Now what have we here? A nice chasm. Some skulls and whatnot. Don't think there's much we can do in there. I think this might be where Cressa and her crew were sort of standing about. But then we got a bit close to them and that triggered the combat. If my memories are correct. From previous playthroughs. Ironfinger. Initiated at the same time as Cressa, but Cressa is potentially going to turn her into a thrall. And then is this another doorway? Yeah, this leads back to Zariel's asset, I think. So they're all sort of connected, these rooms. And we are indeed back in the tadpoling centre. Via a different
Brine
door.
pools, but empty of tadpoles. Unusual. Harvesting all the larvae indicates they are getting ready for something big.
Very well. Do we want to touch this brine pool?
Cambium. That are heralds
A
themselves are the
parasite,
absolute
brimming with magic. Take it.
Nice. Free tadpole.
tadpole to be seen. What have they done with them?
So we'll get charm. And now we are fully tadpoled up.
Bastards! Can't conjure so much as a fireball in this thing.
What's going on here?
By Grazit's cock, it's about time you came.
Yeah, all that talk about Zariel's asset. I should have known you were lying.
Why, perish the thought. Every word was nothing less than true. Now, enough sniffing around and get me out of this thing.
Do it, and I'll let Will off his leash. A devil always keeps her promises.
Does she now?
Your eyes turn to the control panel next to the pod. It has 2 devices marked with illithid symbols. The controls are open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
Let's examine this device on the left.
The symbol's meaning comes into focus. Annihilate.
Ooh. And on the right?
You decipher the symbol. It's an illithid sigil, meaning unleash.
Okay. Neither of those seems promising, to be honest. Annihilate seems like it would kill Mazora. Unleash seems like it would transform Mazora. So maybe we just put our foot through it. It's a tricky one. But we've done it. Rah! Action Gale.
Good work. I'd give you a gold star, but I'm fresh out. As for the pact, Clause Z, Section 13. If the Soulbinder consents to separation, she will release the Soul Bearer from all obligation within 6 months.
6 months. Are 9 hells so few that you would make our lives a 10th?
Ignorant thing. It's always the terms and conditions that get you.
6 months isn't that long of a wait. Yeah, we're okay with this, I think.
Right. I'm out of here. I need a long bath. I'll leave you to your very serious business. But don't you fret. If you survive this place, I'll find you. The pup will be needing me. Count on it. Oh, and ask Will how we met. I've loosened his tongue. It's real cracker of a tale. Ta-ta.
Wonderful. She's not so bad. For a devil. Now, Zevlor and these fists are still hanging about. Presumably they're going to make their way at some point. And that might be it for the upper levels of this area. We might now have to go down. The map certainly suggests that, although down there might be a thing. So let's go this way. Was this back to Chop's room or... Ah no, this was where we fought the Death Shepherd and 7 million other creatures. Yeah, there's a hint of a thing. So let's do some jumpy jumps. See what's happening around here. There's a door. It's a lockhead. But there's a touch. I've got vague memories of this being something of interest. Possibly involving a puzzle?
The console bursts into life. A mind touches your own. Alien and full of desperate need, but fragmented too. It is incomplete. It yearns to connect, but needs you to guide the process, linking each part of your mind to its like.
Ah, some sort of connect the bits puzzle. So, is it all done? Ah, speech needs to be connected to that one.
Now, let's see what was so worth such protection.
Okay, that wasn't so bad. And behind it we find... what? The Blade of Oppressed Souls. Very well. It's a longsword with 1d4 psychic damage on it. Carrying strike. Possibly install Crown of Madness into your target. Okay. Is that it? What's this relief?
Hurry now. Our destiny, design, downfall.
Your tadpole echoes, not with presence, but memory, tinged with loss.
The grand design, order, perfection, unity. Every plane as one. Every being in their place.
That loss blooms into a sudden fury, burying claws in your mind.
Taken, corrupted, gone.
And just as suddenly, pain and memory are gone, leaving only stone once more.
The grand design. It is every Githyanki's duty to ensure the Ghaik Empire is never reborn.
The Grand Design. The restoration of the Mind Flayer Empire. The dream of all Illithids.
How did the Illithid Empire fall?
I don't know. I'm just glad it fell.
It's probably a good question. How did it fall? But it seems as though this all might be to do with bringing it back. That might be the general goal of the Absolute. Probably not something we want. Just a guess. Now, I just want to have a quick check over this way, because the map there makes it look as though maybe there's a thing. Also, maybe there's a thing here, but I don't know if that's of terrible import, or if even we can get to it. So let's just have a quick peek, because this is my first time through this area in some time, and I don't want to miss things.
I'm rather alarmed to say I suddenly feel inexplicably jubilant. How ominously delightful.
So this is where the Resonance Stone lives. Balthazar's notes. Okay, Gortash has the mind of a scientist. The Illithid Library was just brains, but he's developed something where you can speak directly to them. But yeah, the Resonance Stone. It is certainly a thing. Let's see what this is all about, though. Oh. I've removed it. And then we'll discuss the stone. Ah, and then we talk to the head.
Every day he comes. Every day for 3 days to ask me how I feel. I want to tell, but I am confused. Which day is it?
It is the first day.
The first, yes. 5 days since he put that thing in my eye, but the first day he came to visit. He says I am the last, that the other subjects have all changed.
It's the second day.
Eye hurts, head hurts. But he says I am past the worst of it, that I won't change like the others. He's given me a place of honor, so he can repeat his miracle and a name. True soul.
It's the third day.
She whispers in my mind. She sings, praise the Absolute.
Who is this he?
We are his pets. His plan, Lord Gortash.
Gortash. Son of a bitch. Tell me about the others.
Separate cells. I never saw them, but when they changed...
My head! I can feel them in my head!
Okay. So that's the true mind. What about the willing mind? Can we pop that in instead?
Pardon? Wouldn't do to phlegm all over Lord Gortash during my first performance, would it? Acoustics are a little off in here. Which is... where, exactly?
So you're some sort of performer?
Oh, just a serving girl with notions. Till I met Lord Gortash. He heard me singing in Beggar's Rest. Said he needed someone to give voice to lost knowledge. A little over my head, being honest, but the Lord has gold. I trust he knows his business. Now, I'd best warm up.
Go ahead. I'm sure you'll be performing soon.
I have just the thing prepared. My ma used to sing it when I'd come crying about monsters. Oh, wish me luck.
Yeah, probably best not to tell her what's actually going on. She'll just get sad. But now, the Resonance Stone. All nearby creatures are steeped in bliss. Which means they have advantage on physical checks and disadvantage on mental saving throws. And they are vulnerable to psychic damage. The reason this has become a hot topic since patch 8 came out is that the Shadowblade spell deals psychic damage. It can deal a lot of it, to be honest. If you got the Resonance Stone, then even more damage. It's just ridiculous. It's like it's the meta build at the moment. If you can use a Shadowblade and you can get a Resonance Stone as well, then crazy amounts of damage. The game becomes easy mode. But we're not about that life.
Sea of gore. It's enough to drive one mercifully insane.
Yeah, what's this? There's a chasm. There's a touch.
Oh joy. Leftovers from Moonrise Towers.
Wonderful. Sorry if anyone got caught underneath that. It's fine. Maybe we'll be cleansed when we use the restoration device. Because it's probably about time to use that once more and then head down into the lower sections. There we go. Fit as a fiddle. Except for us.
Assemble.
Where is us? What are you doing over here, pet? Are you having difficulty jumping back across? Is that it? Maybe it'll come with us automatically if we go through a door or something. That's all we can hope for. Is everyone else on the lift?
My tadpole's growing restless. Does anyone else feel that?
It's almost like it's excited by something, drawn to it.
Yes. I assume we're about to get an autosave dropped on us. Before we open this door, there we go. Because this could be a big point. But we're all fit and healthy, we're all ready. Us might join us if we're lucky.
No longer a background murmur. The presence in your mind builds to a roar.
We've found it. The Absolute is behind this door.
The orb pulses strangely. It feels unsettled. The heart of the Absolute is close. As is the moment when you must decide if you will follow Mystra's orders or reject them.
Big moment. Let's enter. Who's that handsome younger man?
You said it was under control.
It isn't you I answer to, Gortash.
Motherfucker! Gortash!
Oh, the general voice. Is this where we salute?
Salute, yes, with cleavers through his blood-starved flesh. How it crawls with failure, like flies on lick-wet carrion.
You forget yourself, Orin. I've played my part.
You've built an army for our masters, true enough, but what of the astral prison? A rogue true soul flaunting it under your nose all this time, and you ran from him.
Sure that they would follow and deliver it into my hands here. If you would cease these distractions.
The distractions have been yours, Ketheric. Perhaps we never should have dug your daughter up. So you haven't lost your edge, but you're still not as sharp as Orin, I wager. The Slayer against the Undying One. That'd be fun to see.
His crypt breath sings to my sinews again, again. But he must lead the murder march to Baldur's grave.
If the weapon is truly in your grasp, Ketheric, might I suggest closing your fist? Orin and I can wait for you no longer. The plan proceeds. We're going to the city, and we expect you to follow. Army and the weapon in tow.
The Edict of Bane.
The Lash of Bhaal!
Big brain.
The Testament of Myrkul!
An elder brain. One of the cruelest and most powerful creatures in existence. Enslaved by mere mortals.
The sight of the crown atop the Elder Brain strikes you like lightning. Never before have you beheld an artifact of such unrivaled power. You realize that it could change everything. Your own course, your own life, the destiny of worlds. But here, in this very moment, lies your chance to heed Mystra's call. This must be it. The end of the Absolute.
So, do we detonate the orb? Do we destroy the Absolute? Would it destroy the Absolute? Plus, we don't want to sacrifice our friends. There'll be another chance. We'll press on.
The orb senses your hesitation. It shudders within you, longing for something. Though you cannot tell what. A prickling dread rises along your spine. You have disobeyed Mystra. Again. If you survive this, there will be consequences.
There we are. It wouldn't do to fight in front of our guest. Behold, Duke Ravengard. The Absolute.
Whom preserve us?
You wag your word flap in vain, Alderling. Once the worm holds the whip, your shredded flesh will serve us.
It's getting tadpoled.
Now, it's really time we were going. We will empty this place and begin the march. You may catch up with the army once you've retrieved the weapon. And Ketheric, do try not to sulk. You're supposed to be the fearsome general come to conquer the city. And I am the hero who will save it.
So that's the plan, I guess.
Time, faithful ones. March on Baldur's Gate. We go to prepare the way.
A few bobs of inspiration here and there. Wonderful. New journal updates available. What looks very much like the Night Song. And of course, Ketheric himself, and some Necromites. So what's the plan? Oh, Us is with us. Well done, Us. Ketheric, you son of a gun.
There you are, as predicted. What is it, I wonder, that draws one toward death like a moth to light? You could have run away, absconded with the prism. The one thing that could prevent me from fulfilling my destiny. But the lure of one's destiny is irresistible, isn't it? Perhaps you hope to learn your place in history before you are erased from it. A bright flash of clarity before the snuffing out.
And what is my place, Ketheric?
Your place is to die so that I might finally live. Let us speak plainly. My Lord Myrkul gave me the one thing I desired, the one thing no other god could grant me. My daughter's life returned. Her heart beating once more. For that, he asked that I serve as his chosen. Join Orin and Gortash to grow the cult of the Absolute, and then take control of it. He's never had a more devoted follower. I have fought great wars before, in the service of other gods and other powers, but for Myrkul I would condemn all of Faerun to death. You are all that stands between me and my destiny. And you have brought the prism here. I will kill you now. And then I will raise you as my servant.
So you're planning on betraying your allies? It's not a huge surprise.
Yes. Join the army of the dead, true soul. Witness Lord Myrkul's glory.
Presumably the others
As long as the Night Song's caged.
are also planning on betraying each other. But yeah, as long as Dame Aelin is caged, Ketheric is a problem. There's also Mind Flayers. Or at least a Mind Flayer. So what's the plan? How do we get Dame Aelin freed? How do we do anything? Shall we start with the Mind Flayer? We can't quite reach it, okay. So this turn might just be about dashing about the place. Although, there's a bunch of Necromites over there. They might be a good target for a Call Lightning. Lae'zel. Yeah, get you to Dame Aelin if you can. Shovel! You just run over there. There's brains that need slashing up, perhaps. Can we... Yeah, we can hit the Mind Flayer from here. Let's give it the big guns. Only 29 damage. That's piss. Us probably can't reach with Synaptic Discharge, no. So Us can also dash. Ketheric's going to do his thing. Incubating Death. Okay, so maybe Shovel deals with that.
Focus your attack, soldiers.
So everyone's going to charge Gale, maybe. Although, yeah, they might also be a good target for a Call Lightning. I'm not sure. Shadowheart, what can you get up to? Good, we got the Mind Flayer. Pleased with that. Aelin remains soul caged. We could charm, but then that guy's not attacking us again, is he? Probably not. Let's charm anyway, just to see. Because if they do have 2 attacks per turn, but maybe they've only got 1 each. Yeah. Jeez. So there's another Necromite. Kind of want these ones down. That'll make sure of it. And then Lae'zel. You can reach Dame Aelin. Good. She's no longer caged and she's now in the action. Shovel, do you want to just try and work on that Necromite? You failed, but that's okay, I guess. We've got potions. We've got super duper potions, haven't we, somewhere? Supreme healing. So we'll swig one of those. And then, let's see. What have we got that could take out all these intellect devourers? I guess if we're getting attacked by everything, then a Spirit Guardians might not be bad. Yeah, this seems to be working quite well. Us can try an attack against Ketheric. More death is being incubated.
Back in your cage.
Here comes Dame Aelin. She is resplendent. No more death for you, friend. Although I should have probably just moved Core Lightning, but that's fine, perhaps. Lae'zel. She just wants to dash, I think. Get herself over here somewhere. Because there's a mesh we can climb there that will let us get to old Ketheric. Which you can't do it this turn, I don't think. Shovel, you're more here for moral support than anything else. Or also dealing with those incubating things. So let's run you over here for a bit. And now Gale wants to hop up. That did a bit of damage. Ketheric is slowed. But we are going to provoke an opportunity attack if we move away now. We can't push him. We could force tunnel, but that also wouldn't push him. But that would also protect us from any opportunity attacks, so... yeah, let's do that. And then let's climb back down. I feel like us is not going to do much against old Ketheric in this fight. I suppose we could have a look at him as well. Aura of Protection. Bonus on saving throws. Aura of Hate. Nearby fiends and undead deal damage. He is slowed, yep. Although taking damage ends this condition. And then all sorts of gubbins going on down here. Reaper's Rigidity. When activated, you can't be moved against your will by spells or action, but you do have disadvantage on dex saving throws. So maybe Sacred Flame is the answer. What's the plan? %50 chance. Be still saved against it. That's Sacred Flame for you. Now. Cool. Dame Aelin. Doing the real damage to Ketheric. We can drop a Core Lightning on him. Let's save our Destructive Wrath. We still did 32 damage, that's pretty amazing. And then Lae'zel. You can deal with those things. Shovel. You just stand about. And then Gale. There we go, Spirit Guardians.
What a fool you are. You cannot kill me. I am eternal.
That's so.
Myrkul, Lord of Bones, I am here. I am ready. I am yours.
Nope. Well, there he goes. Problem solved once and for all. Rad.
Shit.
Yeah. So, the Apostle of Myrkul. Myrkul's presence. Bone chills all nearby creatures. Cold resistance, necrotic resistance, poison immunity. Save against Spirit Guardians. Sag. Let's just dash off this platform. I've got memories that being on this platform is not good for our health. So let's stay down here for now. 30% chance with us. It's better than it was against Ketheric. Yeah, we got Bone Chilled being up there. That doesn't feel promising. What are you going to do, Myrkul? Gaze of the Dead. She saved her concentration for once. Dame Aelin got smashed up a bit. So, Radiant stuff? Seems promising. Low ground though. I don't want disadvantage. So maybe we want to... Yeah, maybe we'll use a low level one. Just to get a shot off, but it might be a case that we climb up, we use spells, we climb back down.
Now you wear a face to match your soul.
Okay, so the Dame didn't do a whole lot there. Lightning. 50 damage. Bam. Karlach, you legend. And then Lae'zel.
On the move.
Yeah, let's pop on up. We are Bone Chilled. But we got off a hit. Oh, opportunity attacks. Forgot about them. We're no longer Bone Chilled though, now that we're back at ground level. Shovel! You just stand about. Now Gale. I really don't know if I want to be up there, but let's pop up just a bit. what can we cast? A level 4 guiding bolt, why not? And then let's slip away again. Us can sneak on up. Do its thing. 19 damage, very nice. And Merkel's already half gone. So, gaze them dead. And a scythe that missed. Wonderful. More guiding bolt. Nice. And an opportunity attack. Have a shield blow, maybe. Okay. I'll take that trade. Ah, wait a minute. There's a thing over there. That's not great. But that's huge damage again. It's only got 20 HP left. Now there's a thing over there as well. So do we just go for the kill, I guess? Blam! That was easy.
Impossible. Death cannot take me. I am its master. My lord, hear me. Nothing. I am forsaken. You have no idea what you've done. Isabel.
Yep.
The villain is
Yeah, pretty sure Death's taken him this time.
the wretch! Together, we have crushed him, brain and body.
Stop, he's already dead.
Now, we pick our way toward our fates, unleashed.
You have my sword, my fealty. Do what you must. Then we fly this foul place.
What we want is answers.
Nothing left but ash and bone. Fitting end to the chosen of Merkel.
Ketheric's Netherstone. It's in his armor. Take it.
Another stone.
In death, the body is cooling, but energy radiates from the stone.
Remarkable. Truly. And now the picture comes together. The Absolute is neither god nor man. It is the Elder Brain you saw, held here by those three against its will. The crown it wears controls it, and these stones control the crown. It has been dominated. To master an Elder Brain, to subdue it. Our enemies are formidable.
What can you tell me about that crown the brain was wearing?
The crown's markings suggest it was forged in Netheril, an ancient empire whose mastery over magic rivaled that of the gods. It is a crown of domination. The stones were taken from its crest. They are nether stones, imbued with the ability to control the wearer of the crown. The crown's Netherese magic must be the true source of the parasite's abilities. This must be what elevates their potential. And it must be the reason nobody could heal you. If the crown can do this to the parasite, I dare not imagine what it is doing to the brain.
How is it that you're able to leave the prism now?
A temporary reprieve, but a welcome one. With the brain on its way to the city, its influence here is weakened.
Ketheric transformed during the fight. What was that?
I believe you fought and defeated an avatar of Myrkul, the god of necromancy. A remarkable feat. Ketheric was Myrkul's chosen. I know Lord Enver Gortash, an arms dealer and a slaver. He is a worshipper of Bane, the god of tyranny. The other is a mystery to me, but the way she spoke, it is most likely she follows Baal, god of murder. Which means the Absolute is a front for the gods of death, and our enemies are chosen of the Dead Three.
Chosen of the Dead Three?
Bane, Baal, and Myrkul. The Tyrant, the Assassin, and the Necromancer. They are known to pick from their most devout followers a chosen, granting them incredible powers. Each one alone would be a formidable enemy. But working together and controlling an Elder Brain, I dare not imagine what they might achieve.
Oh, we've taken out one of them, so we'll just take out the other two, I suppose. Is that what we do now?
We prepare for the fight of our lives, and the lives of everyone in Faerun. The army of the Absolute is marching on Baldur's Gate. Within the city, an Elder Brain, brimming with power, ready to turn everyone within its reach into mind flayers. All it needs is an order the Death God's chosen are on the cusp of giving. We must wrest control of the brain from the chosen before that happens. We must take their stones. Our chances of success are slim, but we must not fail. If we fail, everything ends. I will be your shield, but you must be the sword. And when the chance comes to strike, you must take it, for there may only be one chance.
Fantastic. We will do that. We will get the Netherstones, and we will save the day. We'll also get Ketheric's Warhammer, which deals psychic damage. We'll get Ketheric's Shield, which has arcane enchantments in it. Very good. And we'll get his heavy armor, the Reaper's Embrace, which allows us to turn on that Reaper's Rigidity ability we saw. And it's got a cantrip, Howl of the Dead. Numbs all nearby creatures. Movement speed is halved. And the spellcast has advantage on attack rolls against them. That's kind of cool. And we've also got this crumpled note. Oh. It's from Iz. And we've got a way out of here. But that's going to have to wait till next time. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.